What's happening, guys? This is James Blonde from MMOHut.com with a quick weekly recap for MMO news and announcements of the week ending July 22nd, 2013. Now, the first piece of news has to do with the announcement of a new game from Paradox Interactive called Magicka Wizard Wars. This is a strictly PvP game that utilizes the humor and dynamic spellcasting system of Magicka. A buddy of mine actually got a chance to meet up with these guys and see the game really early, and that gave me the chance to see some live gameplay, and the game honestly seems really awesome. The game is set up so that two teams of 4 players clash against each other with real-time dynamic spellcasting. That means that you'll be able to put various combinations of elements together to create plenty of sick spell combinations. I really wish I could tell you a little bit more about this, but I have a feeling that you won't have to wait too much longer for more info. Legends of Mount Hua, the first expansion of Age of Wushu, seems to have plenty of content coming to players very soon. Last week, Snell Games released a new preview trailer for Yanmen Pass, which is a war that players journey through and decide on several story paths to take. Players will be able to join the fight as the Wulin, which is the main storyline that sets the events of Yanmen Pass in motion, or as a villager fighting for their rights against all sides fighting in the war, or they may choose to fight as a defender, fighting off the raiders that have invaded, or even 2 of the other paths that have yet to be revealed. All of this content is available to players on August 8th, so definitely look forward to that. And speaking of expansions, Perfect World Entertainment announced last week the first expansion for Neverwinter Fury of the Feywild is scheduled to launch August 22nd. The free expansion allows players to explore the enchanted woods of Sharadar, play as sun and moon elves, collect new weapons and items, earn new rewards, and of course encounter new enemies. But a lot of the new update is focused around the Night of the Feywild and Feywild starter packs, which gets players items similar to that of the founder packs. But one thing that raises my concern is the uncertainty that the unique Moon Elf race may only be available to the Night of the Feywild pack buyers. Well, more news from PWE with the announcement that the first act of the Fatal Error for Champions Online story arc launched on Thursday of last week. In this act, players will learn about the threat to Socrates, and with the help of the super intelligent gorilla, the one and only Dr. Silverback, players will get sent to Socrates' mainframe to strike down enemy viruses. Also last week, NCSoft introduced the Ethertech class to the AION 4.5 update. The Ethertech utilizes magical mechanical mounts to unleash both short and long distance attacks, making it an ideal class for any raid, PvP, or boss battle. These crazy looking armored suits can form Gatling guns, railguns, blades, electrical whips, giant fists, and rocket launchers to blow their opponents away. I've got to be honest, they look pretty fun. Seems like a nice game changer. As of right now, there really isn't any information on when these guys will be available in the North American servers, but I would expect sometime mid-August. As part of the new Elsword Transformation Evolution series, the Dimension Witch is the latest available class advancement for Aisha, giving her the power to control time and space with some of the most powerful magic of any character so far. The Dimension Witch is the enhanced version of the Battle Magician, retaining the powerful melee abilities but also gaining spatial magic that allows her to pull enemies into a range and neutralize their attacks. I think the new class looks great, but I'm a little thrown back on why the new trailer isn't quite on epic par with the others. Wintertide has arrived in Dragon's Prophet as of last week as a place that has been plagued with perpetual wars ever since the Second Dragon War over 500 years ago. Therefore, the land continues to be in turmoil as battles rage between the Taurian Dominion, the Blood Rage Trolls, and the Ice Giants. The new update raises the level cap to 70, adds 4 new dungeons, including a new legendary dungeon, new dragons, new housing additions with price adjustments, of course, the new dragon chamber, which is really cool, and they've also introduced emotes. Check out the official patch notes in the description below for more details on all of these things. Sad day for pirate MMO fans. The discontinuation of Kartuga was announced last week by game publisher InnoGames and development studio Ticking Bomb Games. Both companies' partnership was disbanded, and InnoGames' growing focus on cross-platform gaming played a major role in the decision. Sadly, as a result, Ticking Bomb Games is closing down as a development studio, but the nice thing is, all of its employees were offered positions at InnoGames. Watch out, Wargaming. War Thunder added 2 new tanks to their ground forces in honor of the 70th anniversary of the Battle of Prokhorovka, one of the largest tank battles in military history. Gaijin introduces the T-34 and some other tank that I really don't know how to address into the game. These are 2 of the most famous tanks that took part in that battle. And I've got to say the screenshots of the new Ground Forces addition to War Thunder are looking pretty promising. Continent of the Night Seal introduced the Demonisher as the 5th advancement within the Shaman class last week. Utilizing a magical orb as a primary weapon, this character can launch powerful offensive strikes while evading attacks from her enemies. And by tapping into the power of the orb, she can transform into another being and inflict explosive damage, as well as have increased speed and strengthened skills. Players will want to look forward to the release of the Demonisher and C9's first anniversary this week, along with events and prizes. Real-world prizes. At the San Diego Comic-Con last week, Gazillion Entertainment talked about its first major update to Marvel Heroes that will be hitting servers later this month. They also revealed details about the new zone, Asgard, which is set to release a little later this year. Importantly, Marvel Heroes Patch 1.11 is the beginning of a series of game updates for the summer, which will introduce new PvP and in-game modes, giving players more content after they defeat Dr. Doom, a new currency that lets players work towards earning playable heroes through gameplay, new ultimate items that enhance heroes' ultimate powers, and like you see here playing in the video, the addition of the Human Torch to the hero roster. Check the link in the description below for more details on these upcoming patches, as well as the new zone Asgard. Have you ever wondered about this mystery race in this Wildstar trailer?
And not going to talk about this one.
I know I have. Luckily, Carbine Studios released a new trailer revealing the final 2 races in the game. Joining the Dominion, we have the furry, psychopathic mad scientist, the Chua, which sort of reminds me of Ziggs from League of Legends. And joining the Exiles are the creepy, diseased mutants and masters of alchemy known as the Mordesh. Both of the new races seem really fun, and like always, the trailer is awesome. Definitely wanted to check this out. Well guys, that about wraps up the MMO news and announcements for this week. We do have an interesting giveaway on MMOHut this week in the form of a guild contest with the chance to win a 1-year guild website package. That's kind of cool. You might want to check that out. Otherwise, if you're looking for more information about the news featured in the recap, check the links in the description below or head over to MMOHut.com/news. Feel free to discuss the news in the comments below or head over to MMOHut.com/forums. But until next time, guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.